Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about some synovial joint movements and what they look like. So the first one we'll be talking about is flexion and extension. And flexion is when the angle at a joint gets smaller. So if I were to bend my elbow, that is flexion, and then extension is when I would straighten my arm back out. The angle would get larger. So it would be flexion and extension. And then the next one is abduction and adduction. And abduction is moving a body part away from the midline of the body, like lifting my arm out toward the side. And then adduction is bringing it back toward the body. So if I were to bring it towards. Um, the next one is elevation and depression. So elevation is moving a body part upward, such as like shrugging my shoulders, and then depression is moving it downward, like lowering my shoulders back down. And then the next one we have is proaction and reaction, or protraction and retraction. And protraction is moving a body part forward, and that would look like pushing my shoulders forward, and then retraction is pulling them back down into a more neutral, a natural position, like pretty much like what we usually have. And then we have circumduction and rotation. So circumduction is a circular movement of a limb, like making a big circle with my arm. And then rotation is when a bone turns around its own axis. So if I were to turn my head from side to side. And then we have supination and pronation. And supination is rotating the forearms so the palms face upward, like holding a bowl of soup. And then we have pronation, which is rotating the forearms so the palms face downwards. So this is that movement. And then dorsiflexion and plantar flexion is dorsiflexion is when if I were to bring my my toes up towards my shin, and then plantar flexion is when I would point my toes downward, so almost like pressing on a gas pedal. So these are some of the major synovial joint movements, and these joint movements really help us throughout the day to accomplish daily tasks and allow us to have such a wide range of motion.